everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are talking about the gift of giving. When was the last time that you were a blessing in the life of someone else? When was the last time that someone was a blessing in your life? You know how they say, give and it will come back to you? Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. When you give, it comes back to you exceedingly and abundantly more than you had given in the first place. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about the last time you blessed someone and the last time you were blessed. I have a few friends that are entrepreneurs. In fact, a lot of my friends are entrepreneurs. And before we get into the story, I want to stress how important it is when you have friends who own businesses to support their businesses. That is the way in which we all thrive. That is the way in which we all get bigger, expand by supporting each other. We can't wait for the day that person makes it big to decide that's when we're going to pour into their business. No, but we start now. We build small from the ground up, supporting whenever we can, sparing time whenever we can to help that person expand. So a few of my friends are entrepreneurs. A specific friend of mine, a close girlfriend of mine, decided to discontinue a portion of her online business. So there are a number of items that she was selling online. However, a portion of her online products she decided was no longer suited for her product line or the vision of the company. And so she called a few of us girlfriends and other friends in which she wanted, the folks in which she wanted to send some items to. I myself being one of them. So she called me, I spoke with her, she told me what was going on and asked me which of the items would I prefer. A couple days later, I received a mail of so beautifully packaged, well done. And it's one of those things where when you open it, you can feel how much labor of love was put into the work, the magnificent work of the product. So in return, I monetarily blessed her. Sent her a message. She didn't ask for it. It wasn't required, but it just felt like the right thing to do. And it felt like the blessed thing to do, especially on the entrepreneurship journey and supporting each other. So I sent my friend a blessing. Of course, she responded with a thank you, right? Very surprised. Said, girl, you didn't have to do this. And I said, I know, but I wanted to. A few days later, I received a text message from another friend. And this other friend in their text message said, hey, do you have the Cash App? And I said, yeah, I do. And I laughed. Why do you ask? A couple minutes later, my friend cashed at me some monetary blessings. I was taken aback. I laugh in this video because it was unexpected. And the monetary number was even more than what I had blessed my friend with. And I remember thinking how much in the process of blessing her, I thought about my own needs at the moment, which we often do, right? We think about, oh, can I do this because I know I need to do this, I need to do that, this is on the line. But it's oftentimes when we put other people's needs before ourselves that the blessing multiplies and come back even more. So a couple days later, from blessing my friend, a friend of mine sends me this monetary blessing. And at the moment that my friend sent it, I was super grateful, but it was also a moment in which I know that there may have been other folks that needed it more than I did. So what did I do? A few friends had lost loved ones, and so I decided to share the blessing. I share the blessing with a few more friends. I share the blessing within my own family and my own needs, and so the blessing continued. Now, in addition to that, my sister, I mentioned in a few videos before that I'm an older sister. My sister's in high school at the moment, and the high school gives her these wonderful Amazon gift cards in order to help her get different resources that she needs offline. She's taking a cooking class, and sometimes they need to buy items, and so they give her these gift cards. They had given her a $25 gift card, I think twice, and then they sent her another one. She asked me, hey, would you like the gift card? Yeah, sure, thank you so much. There's some things that I'd like to get to from Amazon. I'll take the gift card. And she gave it to me. A few weeks later, her school sent her another gift card. And this time it was not $25, it was $50. And I looked at her And I said to her, because, we're learning how to share. Sometimes we want to keep it all for ourselves. And I said to her, I said, look at that, sis. You shared with me your last gift card. And now you got 2 times the amount that you usually get because of that. Not, well, you know what I mean. Of course, we don't know. We can't say for sure that because she gave me, it was 2 times the amount. She could have not given me, and it would possibly still be 2 times the amount. But the point was to think about the principle of when you bless someone else, how much that blessing magnifies in return. There's a video that I will link in the description box below about a young lady. I had watched this video a few weeks ago. A young lady who, upon leaving work, she was praying, meditating, and she distinctly heard from God that she was supposed to bless the custodian in the building of her workplace. She said she reached down into her pockets and realized that, man, God, I only have $8. And the Spirit said to her, that's enough. And she went back into the building, found the custodian lady, and she gave her the $8. She said when she gave it to her, the lady started crying, and looked up to the heaven and said, thank God. Not thank her, but thank God, that it was a confirmation for her that God was real. The young lady didn't even think the $8 was that much. She thought it was the least of what she could have possibly did at another time. But for God and for the ministry, for whatever it was that the example that she had to be in this woman's life, it was enough, right? Because God works in mysterious ways. Sometimes it's not about the amount, it's not about the quantity, but it's about the action. And this lady was able to affirm her faith in believing that God would provide. It was such an amazing video, and I will again share it in the description box below for us to all see. When we extend ourselves, when we step outside of the box of what we need and what we want, and we think about someone else, it is such a blessing. And we may not see it immediately, but some way, somehow, if we believe in even the universal law of karma, right? What you do comes back to you. We build up these karmatic blessings, right? Even when we don't see it immediately, some way, somehow, it will come right back around to us. And the Bible itself talks about the fact that it is more of a blessing to give than it is to receive. So I encourage each and every one of us. There's so many more examples that I could really share in this video. I can think about my own life and how many times I've given out of the last that I've had, given out of just the love for giving and blessing. And in many times where I had fallen short, and life happens to each and every one of us. And the same folks, and sometimes not even the same folks that I was a blessing to at the time when they greatest needed it, when they needed it the most, they turned right back around and they were a blessing for me in the time when I needed it the most. Without even saying that I was in need, they were able to pour into my life. And so I am super grateful to always be able to pour into someone's life. And I pray that God continues to bless me so that I can be a blessing. And I pray that God continues to bless you so that you can be a blessing in the life of someone else, because it's going to bless your life even more. And so I leave us on this note. Think about a moment in your life when you've blessed someone and it returned to you sevenfold. It returned to you more than it had before. Or think about if you haven't blessed anyone recently, who can you be a blessing to now? Where can you donate your time? Where can you give of some items that you may have in your house that you're not even using, but there may be someone out there who could use it at this present moment? Pack those bags with those clothing items or those shoes or those food supplies and take it out. Give it away. Donate your time to spread food to places that folks are in need right now. Call up a loved one. Ask them if they need help with something. Be a blessing and continue to be a blessing. Seek to be a blessing than to receive, because it is greater to give than it is to receive. So I encourage you guys, be blessed. I wanted to share my personal experience with you to encourage you to, when we take the focus off of ourselves and we put it onto someone else, it makes life so much better and it makes life so much more worthwhile. So be blessed, be encouraged. Remember, each one, reach one, teach one. All right? Love you guys and see you soon in a later video. Remember to subscribe for weekly uploads.